I'm Stacy Gordon. Welcome to That's My Jam. You may have recently seen my video celebrating my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. Well, today is another milestone. Today is my 100th video. Now, some of you may know that That's My Jam actually started several years ago when I turned my hobby of making jams, jellies, preserves, apple butter, ice cream toppings into a small business. I had a license to sell my jams and jellies in Kentucky. I went to food safety training. I was renting commercial kitchen space. I was keeping up with my taxes and my licenses, and it sucked all the joy out of something that used to be really fun for me. So I completely shut down the business and I just went back to making things for fun and giving them away to my friends. Now, I don't know how many of you have actually made jam or jelly, but by far the most difficult aspect of that process is getting the consistency of the jam or jelly right. If it's too thin, it's a mess. If it's too thick, it's a mess. There's a very small sweet spot where it comes out perfectly. Sometimes that sweet spot can be really difficult to find. So a few weeks ago, I saw something online that caught my interest. An electric, automatic jam and jelly maker by Ball. I toyed around with the idea for a while and I read a lot of reviews. Almost every review said that the consistency of the jams and jellies comes out perfect. By far and away, the number one biggest complaint about this product was that it left some kind of strange smell or taste in the product. Most of the reviewers seemed to think that was coming from the paddle. So I decided, what the heck? I'm gonna order one off of Amazon, and if I experience the foul smell or taste, I'm gonna put it back in the box and send it back. Now, I'm going to invite you to come along with me on the unboxing and the testing of this product. This product comes with an instruction manual and a recipe book. I've already removed these from the box because I wanted to study them a little bit before I made this video. We've got a lid that does not yet have a pull on it. That's supposed to be included in the box. Here it is. Here's the pot with the stirrer. So far, I don't smell anything weird. And we have the base. This has the control panel on it as well as the power source. Now we're going to attach the knob to this lid. There's a screw with a washer and a silicone washer. In my kit, those were already assembled. Those come up underneath. We place the knob sleeve and then the knob. I'm going to start out just screwing that on. And then we'll use a Phillips head screwdriver to get that tightened. That part was pretty easy. I've got some super hot, super sudsy water with Dawn dish detergent in my sink, and now I'm going to soak and wash the pot with the stirrer and the lid. While those are soaking, I'm going to make sure it's unplugged, of course, but I'm just going to wipe down the base with a nice clean rag. Obviously, we don't want to submerge that. Now would be the perfect time to go tap that like button for me, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm going to give those items a good long time to get a good soak so that I can make sure they're completely clean before we test out this product. So while we're doing that, I want to tell you that while I have my own jam, jelly, and preserve recipes, the instructions to this say that they can't guarantee this will work unless you use their recipes and unless you follow them to the letter. So for test purposes and research purposes, I am going to use their recipe for strawberry jam, and I'm going to follow it to the letter. Now that recipe, as well as every other recipe in the book, says that you absolutely, positively must use Ball Real Fruit Classic Pectin. So I'll oblige, I picked some up. From what I've read, most of the jam recipes make about 4 half-pint jars. So I'm going to get some water boiling and get these guys sterilized. I washed the heck out of this pot, the stirrer, and the lid. Now I'm going to dry them off. I'll place my stirrer inside the pot, place the pot on the base, and there's our lid. Let's give this a try. It's not the best time of year for strawberries, so I'm going to be using some organic, whole frozen strawberries. As I've pointed out before, there's nothing added to these frozen berries. They're just whole, organic berries. I'm going to carefully measure out 3 tablespoons pectin, 3 1/3 cups sugar, and 1/2 teaspoon butter. I've thawed, washed, and drained my strawberries, and now I'm going to add them to a big old bowl. We're going to use a potato masher and mash up these strawberries. This recipe calls for 2 2/3 cup mashed berries. I started out with somewhere between 28 and 30 ounces of berries, so you can see that came out just about right. The next step is to carefully and evenly distribute the pectin all around the bottom of the jam pot. Now it says to add our 2 2/3 cup strawberries and put that evenly over the pectin. Now we add that 1/2 teaspoon of butter. That keeps the jam from getting foamy. Next it says to press the jam button. It will automatically default to 21 minutes. We press enter. At this point, the lid is not on the pot, but it does look like the stirrer is starting to move. It says that after 4 minutes, we will hear 4 short beeps. That's when we're going to add our sugar and our lid. I can see that the pot is starting to heat up. There's our 4 short beeps. It's time to start slowly adding the sugar. The pot is going to continue to spin while we add the sugar. I don't know how slowly and evenly I distributed the sugar because I was holding the camera with my right hand and trying to pour with my left, but we got it in there. All right, we've got our sugar added. Now we're going to add our lid, and we're just going to leave this alone. Looks like it has about 16 more minutes to cook. While that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and remove my jars from the water. They should be sterilized now. I'm not going to can this jam today. I'm just going to give it away. But if you want to know how to do a water bath can, I do have a video up on my channel that will show you how to do that. You always want to set your jars lid up. Don't be afraid of water being in them. It's so hot it will evaporate by the time our jam is done. During cooking, it's bubbling like crazy. It's making a couple of popping sounds, which I'm not too concerned about that. I don't smell anything unusual, just delicious strawberries. So we got about another 8 minutes to go. And there goes our timer indicating the jam is ready. Instructions say to press cancel and unplug the machine. Now we carefully remove the lid and the paddle. Be sure to use a pot holder, it's hot. It says if there's any foam, we can scrape that off at this point. I don't see any. Maybe I didn't crush up my fruit enough, but these pieces of fruit look a little bit big, so I'm gonna attempt to just take a whisk and get in there a little bit and see if I can make those just a little bit smaller. If not, we've got some nice preserves, and that's okay too. Using the whisk, I was able to get those broken up a little bit better. Now I think it looks pretty good. You don't want to dilly-dally around. You want to get this into your jars pretty quickly. I got 4 half pints out of that, plus 1 little tester. That's just about what I was expecting. Okay, we're going to let this sit for a while, see what happens. If this works, this is going to be the easiest jam I've ever made. Well, here's the moment of truth. I've given this a little bit of time to set up. Let's see how it looks. I gotta say, this looks pretty good. Let's give it a try. First, I'm gonna taste it plain. I don't want anything interfering with the taste. Now I'm gonna try it on some toast with butter. Game changer. Game changer. Y'all, I didn't taste any funny taste. I didn't taste anything that's like plastic. Just really, really good strawberry jam. I can't wait to use this machine again with some other recipes, so stay tuned. But for right now, I am absolutely giving this machine 2 thumbs up. Thank you for sticking with me through 100 videos. This has been so much fun for me, and I've only scratched the surface of the things that I want to do. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. I'll see you soon. In the meantime, turn off the TV, turn on some music, and just keep jamming.